Hezbollah has claimed responsibility for a new wave of rocket attacks on northern Israel, launching a total of 10 rockets from southern Lebanon. The rockets triggered air defense systems in Israel, but despite the efforts to intercept them, some of the rockets managed to breach these defenses and land in open areas. Thankfully, no casualties were reported in this latest assault. However, the attacks caused widespread panic and triggered air raid sirens in cities such as Haifa and Acre, forcing residents to take shelter. This incident marks a significant escalation in the ongoing tensions between Hezbollah and Israel, which have been simmering for years but flared up particularly in recent months. Hezbollah's rocket barrage was part of a larger campaign of retaliation and resistance, according to the militant group, which has a long-standing animosity toward Israel. The Lebanese group has repeatedly warned of further retaliation in response to Israeli actions in the region, particularly in southern Lebanon and Syria, where Hezbollah maintains a strong presence. The rockets fired by Hezbollah, while causing damage to property, fell in relatively uninhabited regions, which helped minimize potential casualties. However, the psychological impact on the Israeli population was significant, as air raid sirens and the threat of further attacks left many residents on edge. The Israeli military immediately responded, issuing statements about the incident and confirming the activation of its air defense systems, including the Iron Dome, which is designed to intercept short-range threats such as rockets. The air defense systems reportedly intercepted some of the incoming rockets, preventing them from reaching more populated areas. Despite the lack of casualties, the incident still reflects the growing instability in the region, particularly along the Israeli-Lebanese border, which has seen an uptick in cross-border exchanges over the past few years. Hezbollah's rocket attacks are part of a larger strategy to challenge Israeli military superiority and to exert pressure on the Israeli government over its involvement in the region, particularly in Syria, where Hezbollah has been fighting alongside Syrian forces against rebels and ISIS militants. This fresh attack comes at a time when Israel is already grappling with multiple fronts in the region, including ongoing tensions with Hamas in the Gaza Strip and its efforts to maintain control over contested areas in the West Bank. Hezbollah's activities, while less frequently in the global spotlight than Hamas, pose a significant challenge to Israel's northern defenses, and the group's ability to fire rockets into Israeli territory is a reminder of the broader strategic challenges Israel faces. In response to the rocket fire, the Israeli Defense Forces, IDF, have increased their military presence in northern Israel and have vowed to continue their operations against Hezbollah and other groups that threaten Israel's security. The Israeli government has also made it clear that it holds the Lebanese government responsible for any attacks launched from Lebanese soil, even though Hezbollah operates as a semi-autonomous militant group with considerable influence in the country. This presents a complex political situation for Lebanon, as Hezbollah is deeply integrated into the Lebanese political landscape, making any military response difficult and potentially destabilizing. Hezbollah, on the other hand, continues to enjoy substantial support within Lebanon, particularly among the Shiite population, and views its resistance against Israel as a central element of its political and military ideology. The group has warned that it will not hesitate to escalate its attacks if Israel continues its military operations in the region, especially in Syria and southern Lebanon, where Hezbollah has been involved in several clashes with Israeli forces. The situation remains highly volatile, with both sides on high alert and the possibility of further escalations always present. The international community continues to express concern over the potential for a broader regional conflict, as both Israel and Hezbollah have shown a willingness to engage in limited military exchanges, which could eventually lead to a larger confrontation. As the geopolitical landscape in the Middle East remains fraught with tensions, the events in northern Israel are yet another reminder of the fragile security situation that exists in the region. In the coming days, it is expected that Hezbollah will continue to issue statements about its intentions and may even launch further attacks, depending on how the situation develops. Israel, in turn, is likely to continue its efforts to reinforce its northern defenses, deploying additional troops and air defense systems to counter the threat posed by Hezbollah's rocket capabilities. The ongoing confrontation between Hezbollah and Israel is a reflection of the broader power dynamics at play in the Middle East, where regional players like Iran, Syria, and Lebanon continue to assert their influence and challenge Israeli dominance. The attack on northern Israel, while not resulting in any casualties, serves as a stark reminder of the ongoing volatility and instability in the region. It is a reminder that, despite the relative quiet along the Israeli-Lebanese border in recent years, the situation remains fragile, and the potential for escalation remains ever present. Both Israel and Hezbollah will likely continue to test each other's resolve, with the balance of power in the region hanging in the balance.